Today I would like to start my topic. My topic is maxima and minima of a function. This is to be discussed here. Why you need to optimize a function, and what is the geometrical significance of ddx of y. Then when a function is increasing and decreasing, then what is the stationary point of a function when a function attains a maximum and minimum value, and when a point of inflection. And this is to be discussed here another one, procedure for finding the maximum and minimum value of functions, applications of maxima and minima in business world, and applications of maxima and minima in our real life. So why you need to optimize a function? What is the size of most profitable production run, and what is the shape of oil can that maximize the manufacturing cost, and what is the maximum acceleration of a space shuttle? Geometrical significance of ddx of y here. So if we take a graph function of x, y equal to function of x here, and we consider point p of x, y, and adjacent point q of x plus delta x and y plus delta y. If we take two consecutive points, and then the change of x and x is delta x and y is delta y. Now we draw a straight line, that is, we draw a tangent at the point PL, and we draw a perpendicular PM on x-axis, and another perpendicular from Q to x-axis PQN, and the change of x is delta x, and the change of y is delta y here. And the ratio of change is delta y divided delta x. And we take, that is, when q moves to p, then del x tends to 0, and we have limit delta x tends to 0, delta y divided delta x equals to ddx of y. It is the Leibniz notation here, and we can note here, and ddx of y equals to a prime x. Okay, so now we will discuss about when a function is increasing. You see, if we consider a function, there is a curve, function of x, and if we draw a tangent at any point in this graph, always it will be positive, because this tangent makes an angle with x-axis as it's between 0 to 90 degree. Okay, so when the angle between x-axis and the tangent is between 0 to 90 degree, the tan theta will be always positive. So we can say the slope of this function is always positive if we take any point in this function, and this function is known as increasing function. Then we can say another graph. This one is concave half. You see, another function is here, and if we draw any tangent at this curve, at every point, at each point, f prime x is always positive. So this function is also increasing function. And we take another graph here. This is the combination of concave up and concave down here. So if we draw a tangent at any point in this graph, this one is always positive, you see. So we can see figure 1, 2, and 3, all are increasing functions. Then what is increasing function? What is decreasing function? You see, if we draw a graph here of y equal to function of x, and if we draw a tangent at any point in this graph, always it will be decreasing, because this angle is the angle between tangent and x-axis is greater than 90 degree. If we see the tan theta, when theta from 90 to 180, it is always negative. So we can say f prime x, that is, slope of the tangent is decreasing. So slope of the tangent is negative. So we can say this function f of x is decreasing function, and also the upper one, the figure 4 is concave up, and figure 5 is concave down. So if we take a concave down graph, and if we draw any tangent at any point, always it will be the slope of the tangent is always negative. So we can say this function is decreasing also. And if we take a combination of concave up and concave down, and if we take any point, then the tangent is always, the slope of the tangent is always negative. So figure 6 is also decreasing function. So from this figure 4, 5, and 6 is decreasing function. Now, local maxima and minima of a function. We have a curve y equal to function of x, and if we draw a tangent at the middle point of this function of this curve, you see the f prime x is 0, because if we take the angle between this tangent and x-axis, the tangent and x-axis is 0 because this tangent and the x-axis is parallel. So we can say tan theta, that is tan 0 equals to 0. So we can say f prime x, that is tan 0 equal to 0. So this point is known as a stationary point, or sometimes it is known as critical point. Now we can check the left side of this critical point. If we draw a tangent in the left side of this critical point or stationary point, it is always positive, you see. And if we take a tangent adjacent to the right side of the stationary point, this slope is, the tangent of the slope is negative. So we see the stationary point, at the stationary point, the left side is increasing function and the right side is decreasing function. If we get such type of stationary point, and at this point is known as local maximum. Okay, and the maximum value is fc. Now, if we draw another graph, y equal to function of x, and if we draw a tangent at the middle point of this function, and you see at this point f prime x equal to 0, because the reason is same, there is no angle between x-axis and the slope of the tangent. So there is no angle, the angle is 0, there is tan theta, tan 0 will be 0. So we can say f prime x equal to 0. And we can check now in the left side of this stationary point, if f prime x is less than 0, you see f prime x is less than 0 in the left side. And if we draw a tangent on the right side of this stationary point, this one is f prime x is greater than 0. So we can say this one is a local minima, and the local minima value will be f of d, function of d, because this one is the value of y is here, f of d. Again we see when a stationary point or critical point arises, when f prime x equal to 0, then we can say that point is a stationary point. And in the left side of this stationary point is increasing, and in the right side of the stationary point decreasing. That is, if the curve is such as there is increasing 0, then decreasing. And when we consider a function such type, decreasing 0 and increasing, this type is this phenomena is known as concave up, and this phenomenon is known as concave down. Okay, so you see, if we have a graph concave up and a stationary point is known as the maximum point, and if we have a concave down graph, then we can say the stationary point is known as local minimum point. Now, we may have some points. We may have some graphs here. You see, there is a stationary point, a prime x equal to 0, but it's separated by the graph. The graph is separated from this point, and you see this point is f prime x equal to 0. So we can say this point is known as a stationary point or critical point. And we can check in the left side of this stationary point. You see this one is f prime x equal to 0. That is, in the left side the function is increasing. And if we take another point in the right side, the function is similar patterned. Here we see this one is also increasing function. And in the previous sheet, or in the previous slide, you see when a function is increasing, and then the function will be decreased. But in this graph, we see the function is increasing, then 0, again increasing. And this stationary point is known as point of inflection. And at this point, the function does not attain maximum value or minimum value. And we can say another graph. We can consider another graph here. And we draw a tangent here. and you see at the point C, f prime x equal to 0. So we can say this f prime x is 0. As this function f prime x attains 0, so we can say this function is stationary point or critical point. And now we can check the left side. We see f prime x is less than 0. And in the right side, f prime x is less than 0 again. So we can say this point does not attain maximum value or minimum value. So this point is known as, again, point of inflection. So if we have a point of inflection, that graph has no maximum value or no minimum value. And what is the global maximum and global minimum of a function? If we have a function, we may have some critical points. It may have some local maximum values, or it may have some local minimum values. At first, we consider a point f of function. This function is f of x, and we consider a point A. This point A, it is not a stationary point, because if we draw a tangent here at this point, the function, the f prime x is not 0. So we cannot say this point A is a stationary point or critical point. Now we can say the critical point is B. B is a critical point because at this point f prime x equal to 0, and we see another point C, f prime c equal to 0 here. And if we consider D, this one is f prime c equal to 0, another one E, this one is red colored, and there is another point F. This point you see, this tangent cuts the graph. If tangent cuts the graph at this point, if f prime x equal to 0 at this point, this critical point is point of inflection. And we have another point where f prime x is 0. This one is below the x-axis. So it doesn't matter. It may be upper side or lower side of the x-axis. Now, there are two peaks, first on C and E. All are known as local maximum, but the maximum of the maximum value will be the global maximum. The maximum of maximum will be global maximum. So here C, we see this E is known as global maximum point. And you see there are 3 points, B, D, and G. All are local minimum, but at the point G, the green color, this point is known as global minimum point. Now, we will discuss about the procedure for finding the local maxima and local minima and also point of inflection. Now, at first set f prime x equal to 0, because we have to find at first the stationary point. So if f prime x equal to 0, we may some values of x and test this point just to the left side of xl and just to the right side of x, right side of x. And in the left side, we consider this one is xl, and in the right side, for right, we consider xr of the stationary point C. And if we get f prime xl is greater than 0 and f prime xr is less than 0, that is, in the left side, this one is increasing, then decreasing, then we may get a maximum value. And if we get a point, a stationary point C, where f prime xl is less than 0, decreasing, and then increasing, this function is known as minimum value. And if we get f prime x is greater than 0, increasing, and again increasing, and decreasing, and again decreasing, this function will attain at the point C is point of inflection. It has no maximum value or nor minimum value here. Now, we consider a function here, function of x equal to x to the power 5 minus 5 times x to the power 4 plus 5x cubed minus 1. So for solution, at first we consider this one is equation number 1. Then we differentiate this one with respect to x, and we get f prime x. This one will be 5, x to the power 5 will be 5 x to the power 4 minus 5 times 4 will be 20 x cubed plus 5 times 3 will be 15 x squared minus 1. This one is constant, and difference from constant will be 0. Now we see for stationary points or for critical points, we already discussed about when when we get a stationary point, when f prime x equal to 0, then we get the stationary point. So set f prime x equal to 0. What is f prime x? F prime is this one, 5x to the power 4 minus 20x cube plus 15x squared equals to 0. Now we can solve this equation and we get, here we take common term 5x squared, then factorizing this one we can get x minus 1, x minus 3, and we have x equal to 0, 1 and 3. So there are 3 critical points here. So this point is known as stationary points or critical point, x equal to 0, x equal to 1, and x equal to 3. Now if we consider x equal to 0, and if we take the left side of 0, that is minus 1, and in the right side is of 0 is 1. So if we can take 1, then 1 will be another stationary point. So at any stationary point, we cannot decide the point is point attains maximum value or point attains minimum value. So we have to take a point adjacent to the critical point. So at first, for checking for x equal to 0, we consider xl equal to minus 0.5, or xr for right, we consider 0.5. You can consider xl equal to minus 0.3 or minus 0.25 or minus 0.4 or minus 0.6. You can take any one. Just I consider here minus 0.5 or xr equal to 0.5. Now we have to check f prime x that is f prime minus 0.5, and we put minus 0.5. The calculation is here 6.5625. That is, which is positive. So we can say in the left side the function is increasing. So we may get at the point x equal to 0, if this one is increasing or decreasing, then maximum value, or if increasing and increasing, then this one will be point of inflection. So we may get 2 points, that is point of inflection or maximum value. Now we consider for f prime r, that is f prime r will be 0.5, f prime 0.5, this calculation is 1.5625. This one is also positive. So increasing and increasing, the function has no maximum value here. So we can say this point, that is when f prime xl is positive and f prime xr right is positive, so we can say the stationary point x equal to 0 is a point of inflection, and at this point there is neither f of x has neither maximum value nor minimum value at x equals to 0. Now we can consider another point. There are 3 stationary points here. We consider f of x equal to 1, and we consider another point of the point 1, stationary point 1, xl, this is 0.5, and xr 1.5. So f prime 0.5 is positive, or you already said it, and so we can say f prime xl is positive here. So when f prime xl is positive, left side is positive, we may get maximum or point of inflection. And now we can check in the right side of the stationary point 1, that is f prime 1.5, this result is minus 8.4375. So this one is negative. So the function is positive, then negative. So we can get the stationary point is maximum point. So since the function f prime xl is positive and fxr, that is right side, is negative, so the function fx has a maximum value at x equal to 1. So what is maximum value? The maximum value is function of 1. The result is 0. So the maximum value is 0. Now we have another point, x equals to 3. So when x equal to 3, we can take again left point and right point. We can consider x equal to xl equal to 2.5, or you can consider xl equal to 2.8, 2.7, 2.75, any value, just adjacent to the stationary point x equal to 3. And we consider on the right side xr, r for right and l for left. So xr is 3.5, and f prime 2.5 will be negative value, minus 23.4375. So this one is negative value. Negative to positive will be minimum value, negative to negative will be the point of inflection. So again we check for right side, f prime 3.5 here. This one, this value is 76.5625. This one is positive again. So this value is negative to positive. So we can say this stationary point x equal to 3, since f prime xl is less than 0 and f prime xr is greater than 0. So the function fx has a minimum value at x equals to 3. So the minimum value will attain at x equal to 3, and the minimum value will be function of 3, that is minus 28. Okay. So now there are some exercise number 2, 3, and 4 we can find, and another one 5 we can consider. You can see question number 5. Find the coordinates of all local maxima or local minima or stationary point of these functions. Already we have discussed this type of function. How can we calculate the local maxima or local minima or point of inflection?
How to draw the graphs of the following function? There is, what is the graph of f of x equal to x square plus 2, or f of x equal to 2 minus x squared, or f of x equal to x squared, or f of x equal to 2x minus x squared. These were all are functions of polynomial functions. There is variable is x only here. So to draw the graph of polynomial function, we can use the technique of maximum or minimum of the function. That is, if you want to draw the graph of this one, f of x equal to x square plus 2, that is f of x equal to x square plus 2. f of x equals to x square plus 2. Now, for critical point, for what is f prime x equal to 2x. For critical point, you can write for critical point. For critical point, we know f prime x equals to 0. That is 2x equals to 0, which means that x equals to 0. So our critical point or stationary point is 0. So now we can consider xl in the left side of 0. So what is the left side of 0? Let xl equal to 0 minus 0.5 and xr equal to 0.5. Therefore, what is f prime xl? F prime xl will be 2 minus 0.5. This one will be negative. And f prime xr, 2 times 0.5. This one is positive. So f prime xl is negative. Prime xl is positive, the value will be maximum or minimum? Negative, positive. What will be? Minimum. So for minimum functions, the function attains minimum value at the point 0. So what will be the graph of this function? You see, what is the minimum value? Just put the value here. What is the minimum value? When the minimum value is from 0, that is 0 square plus 2. Now we can draw the graph of the function f of x equal to 2, x square plus 2, so then 0, and the minimum value is 2. So 1, 2, and the minimum curve is faster. So we can draw the graph of this one. F of x equal to x square plus 2, and the function is 2. Y-axis. X negative, y negative. Understood? The graph of f of x equal to x square plus 2. Now, can you draw the graph of f of x equal to 2x minus x square? How? Again, f of x equals to, you can write here f of x equals to, f of x equals to, what is f of x? F of x equal to 2x minus x. So what is the prime x? 2 minus 2x, right? So for critical points, you can write 2 minus 2x equals to 0. That is x equals to 1. So our critical point is x equal to 1. Now, with respect to 1, what will be the left point? You can consider this one is 0.5 and 1.5. Or you can consider 0.3, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, anyone. Just close to the point 1. Now, what is 0.5? What is it prime itself? Let's put here 2 minus 2 times 0.5. It is positive or 2 minus 0.5. This one is small. And when you put 1.5, 2 minus 2 times 1.5. This is 3. 2 minus 3. 1 of 4. So this is negative. So positive, negative. Positive is that is the maximum or minimum one? Minimum one. Maximum or minimum? Therefore, f of x has the maximum value. Max value at x equals to 1. What is the max value? Just put here 1. Put here the value 1. Put here the value 1. F of 1 is 2 times 1 minus 1 square 1. Max value is 1. And the value at the point is also 1. So what will be our class? You see, what will be our class? Look at here. X positive, x negative, y positive, and y negative. This one is 0. Now, at the point 1, the maximum value is 1, right? Maximum value is 1. So the maximum point is 1, 1. Maximum point is 1, 1. So our function is success. Now, as the function cut the x-axis, at the x-axis, the value of y is 0. Understand? At the x-axis, the value of y is 0 everywhere. The value of y is 0 everywhere. So y means fx. Fx is 0. That is 0 equal to 2x minus x square. What's that? Value? There is x 2 minus x equal to 0. X equal to 0 and 2. So our cutting point is 0 and also 2. It cuts the x-axis at the point 0 and 2. So this one is our graph of f of x equal to 2x minus x squared. Understand? So we can draw any kind of polynomial function with the help of technique of the maximum or minimum of the function. Just we use this one. Okay. So we need to find also the graph of this one and also this one to find the area between two curves. So you will try to draw the graph of this one. F of x equal to 2 minus x square of
and applications of maxima or minima in our business. You see, the profit may be a company that produces and sells X barrels of Excel is PXT. If Px is a function 100 times x minus 0.01 x square minus 12,000, then what should be x if profit is to be maximized? That is, we have to maximize this profit function. Okay, and what is the maximum profit? That is, at the stationary point, maximum stationary point, what will be the P of x? What is the maximum profit? And there is another application for our real life. a rectangular manufacturing plant with a floor area of 16,875 square feet is to be built on a straight road, and the front of this plant must be set back to the 60 feet from the road, and buffer strips, that is grass and trees, 30 feet one each side and 20 feet at each back must be plant plus buffers. Determine the plant dimension. Then what will be plant dimension? Okay, that is what is the length and what is the width of this dimension, and what is the total length dimension, and minimum total land area. What will be the minimum total land area? It is our real life application.